Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Deals of the week. I'm always trying to find some deals, find some good deals for you guys. We're almost to Memorial Day. I think that there's quite a few deals today, but I think way more deals are coming for Memorial Day. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can get some stuff for Memorial Day, get those sales, and then that will help prepare you for Father's Day, which is like right around the corner as well. So it behooves you to become a channel member. They saw these deals before you, and some of these are timed or have coupons or expire, or get bought up or whatever. So, that's something that you may want to consider. This is the Anker Soundcore Bluetooth IPX5 rated. This is a portable Bluetooth speaker. I own this thing. Now, I bought this thing twice. First time I bought it was late 2022. I bought it again last week. The reason that I like this is because I can take this on walks. I can take this to when we go to like small campsites. We go to somewhere, we're sitting somewhere all day. We go to a buddy's house smoking hookah or whatever. And people are like, oh man, I wish we had some tune. I wish we had some sounds. I can literally just pull this out, be ready to rock and roll, which I do quite often. I only have one complaint about this. It does use micro USB. I am trying to phase myself out of micro USB and have USB-C only, but I bought this thing for over $35. It's on sale for $21.99. The price has just kept coming down. And then there's also a clickable coupon to get you an additional $2 off. For that price, I could tolerate that. I don't know why the black one is specifically this color. The other two are higher price. So it might be something that you can use and you can stick in your backpack for your everyday carry as well. Now, this is the Garmin InReach, the Mini 2. I own this. It does have a subscription service. Let me just put that out there for disclosure. However, at least last time I had the subscription, you can activate it when you see fit. They don't lock you into a subscription. That's why it has such high ratings. So if you know you're about to be backpacking, hiking, or if you want to keep this prepared for a bug out situation, you think that there's civil unrest that could happen soon, you can start the monthly plan. What do you use this for? You can use this as a satellite communicator, meaning you can send messages to a satellite. The satellite will send messages to a loved one. So if you want someone to know where you are deep in the woods, you want to send a text message, an alert signal, it uses satellites that are in outer space, obviously, so that you have the ability to communicate when you have no cell phone signal. You can still connect this to your phone via Bluetooth. It works fantastic with your phone, but it works off its own signal, but they can work in tandem. So this is the lowest price I have ever seen this thing. It is $299, normally $399. That is a savings of 25%. I got this bundled with a survival kit that I have, and that's how I was able to get it for a pretty decent price, but I had to buy the entire bundle kit. You can do stuff like I'm going to be late, don't worry, stuff like that if you're hiking or whatever. And I think that's a really good thing to have with you. It also helps you navigate back to where you started from. So you can allow this thing to track you while you're in the woods or while you're hiking. And then you can use this feature they call track back, which helps you ping backwards the exact route that you took to wherever you are. That could be very beneficial as well. So it's just something that you may want to pick up. This just came out in like January, maybe February. So QC wireless is coming, meaning 15 watts wireless charging for iPhones. Now, Android phones have been able to get 15 watts wireless charging for quite a while. Other devices, iPhone is starting to catch up, and now the MagSafe chargers that go along with them are starting to catch up. So on my specific phone itself, I actually have a Google Pixel 7. But on my Google Pixel 7, I actually use a MagSafe case so that I can use MagSafe battery packs. So I even like picking up stuff like this, and I buy one for my wife, buy one for myself. I have one by Basis, which I'm going to give to my daughter because I would like the faster charging, and pick one of these up. $89.99 normal price on this. Every single color is $69.99. Your flavor, your whatever one you want, the green, the white, whatever. This is a 10,000 milliamp hours. So most phones, you're going to get 1.5 charges out of this. If you have a battery that's smaller than 5,000 milliamp hours, you get 2 full charges from 0 to 100%. So that might be something that you might want to keep in a bag with you. It has a kickstand so you can watch your little phone, watch your little Netflix on the go, etc., etc. I try to include one bead per video. That's it. No more, no less. Okay. This is a retro brass. This is actual brass bead. It's like a half face skull soldier bead. It reminds me of Two-Face from Batman. That's the only reason why I chose this one. I don't know why any of the other ones are not on sale. Only the retro brass is on sale for $6.84. That's a savings of 50%. So if you want to throw a bead on your lanyard or on your pocket clip or your zipper pull or whatever, then there you go. It does give that Stormtrooper vibe. I don't think they can call it a Stormtrooper because, you know, proprietary, it belongs to Star Wars, but whatever. The Kaiser Hyper. Now, I don't know. This is not advertised as being on sale, but I checked the pricing. This is the first time I've seen this thing drop down to $59.50. It's normally $119. I don't think anybody was paying $119. I think it hovers around $99. This looks like a really good knife. This is I personally only had this knife for about a day before I gave it away to a buddy. So I can't really speak for long-term use, but it does have 14 ratings, pretty good ratings on here. S35 VM blade steel, aluminum scales. It felt super lightweight. And one thing I like about it is this offsetting color. If you kind of want to have like a little patriotic color going on here, then there you go. You have this knife here, 3-inch blade steel. And overall, you're not going to be sharpening it incredibly that much, but you have a pretty good blade stock for use as well. So if you're trying to get, like I say, from a gas station knife to almost a upper end type of knife, then this is something that you want to get. Kaiser's a great company. They OEM for other companies, so they've been pumping out knives for quite a while. My go-to is the Gerber Pry Bread X. This is not the Gerber Pry Bread X. This is the Gerber Pry Bread. This is using common size utility blades. I think it comes with additional utility blades, but it's a push button lock. It's easy to change this thing out. It takes seconds to change this out. Unlike the TPT Slide by Big Idea Design or anything like that, which uses proprietary blades. Normally $30. No one pays $30. Normally this thing hovers around $22. This is a great thing to pick up if you want to be able to have a nail puller, slotted screwdriver, bottle cap lifter, utility knife, seatbelt cutter, all in one. It's not a bad deal. And a great EDC knife, especially for opening up boxes and just not having to gunk up your regular knife. The Maxpedition Mini Pocket Organizer. This is one of the first pocket organizers I got after I started transitioning to carry pouches. And I have one complaint about this, and if you can get above that complaint, you'll be fine. At the very top, where the Maxpedition logo is, and that little loop holder there, if you want to like hold on to some keys or whatever, I think that's wasted space. I wish they probably could have shrunk this down just a little bit, because this does fit like multi-tools easily with room to spare. But other than that, that's the only complaint I have about this thing. It's a 4 inches in length, 6 inches in the width, or in height really. And then the depth is a little bit less than an inch. So this legit would fit in your back pocket, but you can also stick this in a bag. This color is the only one on sale. It's $16.30. Maybe they have a surplus of the foliage green. I don't know why it's on sale, but there you go. You can buy this, use this, stick this inside of an EDC bag, and be ready to rock and roll. The Woobin F5. Oh my gosh. The Woobin F5 is one of my favorite pocket lanterns. It's pocketable. It's a rechargeable. It's a battery bank. You can recharge other items with it. This is one of those lights. It's magnetic. You can stick it on the side of your man cave fridge, hang it from a bag, whatever. And it's just always ready to go. So it does come in different color temperatures. You have the ability to short press to adjust the brightness. It goes down to 3000 kelvins, 4500 kelvins, 5700 kelvins. Double click to change the color temperature. 500-hour running time if you run this thing on low. $36.99 is an 8% savings. But then they got a clickable coupon to get you an additional 20% off. That's going to get you like another $6.50 off this thing. Now it's sub $30. That's a win for me personally. I think this is just a great flashlight to keep around, find something under a fridge, keep something in your man cave, whatever, add it to a bag. I love this light. I use it almost every single day. The Moon Queen 12-pack microfiber cloths. I'm always looking for these small little deals to keep your man cave clean, keep additional items with you at all times. And this is $6.99. Doesn't sound like a big savings, but I have a coupon. If you use the coupon down below, it's going to get you an additional 30% off. So now you're saving about $4 range or something like that, a little bit above that. And that makes sense. So you get a 12-pack. Normally, if you get this, like a 12 pack like this or a 20 pack like this from Harbor Freight, it's going to cost you $10. So you're already saving that money. If you're okay with the colors, which I don't really care about the colors, then there you go. And these are reusable by just throwing them in a washing machine and you're ready to rock and roll. So whenever I find these little deals, I'll always tell you about them as well. Okay. So I'm always talking about power tool organizer systems, and I DIY'd one. I bought one a couple of months ago and I have since acquired more tools. So I had to buy another one. So I bought this earlier and I wanted to buy it before the video because I wanted to make sure it was still in stock. And so this is normally $69.99. No one was paying that. I've been following this. It does normally hover around 59 bucks. It's on $47.99, 31% savings, but there's also a clickable coupon for 10% savings. And then I have a coupon that will stack on top of this and save you an additional 40%. I got this thing for about $20 today. I think it was around 20 bucks. So that makes a lot of sense to me. You're going to be able to hold 8 tools at the bottom. Just make sure you kind of keep the battery towards the back so you can keep the weighty part of this towards the back. You can put your pliers on the side. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to use this for my larger stuff like my brad nailer or whatever. You have a rack in the middle for extra batteries or battery chargers or circular saws or whatever. So this is a good deal. Get your tools off your workbench out of a drawer. Extend the height. That's why I got it. 150 pounds is probably pretty accurate. As long as you put this thing in the studs, you should be fine. The Gerber machete. Okay, if you have a hunting property, a bug out property, or you encounter tall, longer cattails or grass more often than not, then it might be nice for you to have a 9-inch machete. This is designed and engineered in Portland and made overseas. This is one of their better machetes. I have the double lockdown drive machete, which I use when I go to my hunting property. You can use this in those scenarios, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's a machete. If civil unrest got that crazy, pull this thing out and start to use it if you needed to. Normally $60. No one pays $60. It normally hovers around $45. It has dropped down to $26. That's a 57% savings. Hey, if you need it, you need it, and it has a pretty nice little sheath to it as well. So you can actually wear this on your belt. So that's not bad. And out of all the machetes, I would say that this is the one, other than the double lockdown drive, I would say that this is the one I kind of like the most. Now, the the EcoFlow Delta 2. The EcoFlow, I have like a EcoFlow Delta 2 ecosystem going on. First off, full disclosure, EcoFlow has sponsored videos in the past. They're not sponsoring this one. But like I said 2 weeks ago, I think something's coming from EcoFlow because these prices on these power stations mean that they're about to drop something. They haven't sent me anything early. I don't know if something's coming, but the Delta 2 is never $599. I have seen it get to $699, but $599 I haven't seen. Let's see. So it went to $629 in March. It went to $629 in early May. It's now $599. This is the lowest price I've seen. It normally does hover around $499 with like a clickable $200 coupon. I like this. So I use this to normally run my coffee mess. Right now I'm testing out another power station, which is not really impressing me, and I can't wait to get back to my Delta 2. I use a smaller EcoFlow to power this workstation, and I use an even smaller EcoFlow to power my live streaming setup. I love these. They have a emergency power supply, meaning that if you plug this into the wall and then plug up your items to it, CPAP machines, your important PCs that are like a desktop PC that can't lose power, anything like that, within 30 milliseconds, if this machine notices that it has lost AC power from the wall, it kicks on and keeps your items from turning off. So if you're sleeping in the middle of the night and you have a CPAP machine or whatever, it's going to keep that thing running. If you have a PC that's running and it needs power so you can save your work, it's going to keep that thing running. It's better than an uninterruptible power supply because this thing runs way longer and doesn't make an annoying beep sound while it's in emergency mode. Charges within an hour. This thing literally can go from 0 to 100% in 50 minutes. However, one thing I like to do is the app is so good. You can control how fast this thing charges. So I normally won't let it charge at 1,000 watts. I normally bring it down to 500 watts charging. So I'm not, just completely sucking up a bunch of juice out of that outlet. But this is fantastic. So I think that's a really good deal. In the actual I/O on the front, 2 USB-C ports on the front, 4 USB A ports. 2 of them are fast charging at 18 watts. And then on the very back, you got a bunch of AC outlets, which I don't know if they show a picture of the back. No, they don't have a picture of the back, but the back has, I think, 4 AC outlets or 6 altogether. 2 of them are grounded. So this is a great little thing to have. The tri-bit. So I talked about earlier about the anchor. That kind of stays in my EDC backpack, maybe the stroller, or if I'm going to a party, because it packs a little bit more sound than the tri-bit. The tri-bit is what I use whenever I'm doing a personal project around the house. So if I know I'm going to be working on, recently I was working on my powder room, bust this thing out, take it into the bathroom with me. I can pump talk radio all day long because it doesn't take a lot of stress for talk radio. Now, when I bought this thing, I bought it for like $56. It's now on sale for $47.99 plus a $5 coupon. I'm almost tempted to return it and get this price because I've only had it for a little bit over a week. But I think this is a great little speaker to have if you're going to be working on stuff. And what I'd really like to use it for is slapping it on the front of my bike. That's why I mainly got it, but I also can use it around the house. And this uses USB Type-C. That's what I like about it. So that's a pretty good deal. And the gray and the blue are that special pricing. The red is a little bit more expensive. The Gerber spoke. Now, Gerber's having a sale on a bunch of their pocket knives. This is super duper budget. 14CR14 is budget, basically like a step above gas station steel. However, this is the type of knife I will buy 6 of these and give them to buddies who don't know how to handle knives. And I had a buddy recently who didn't know how to work a liner lock. He didn't understand the concept, and he was more prone to not even carry a knife than to have to learn it. So I wouldn't mind buying one of this, give this to my barber who never works with knives, give this to a buddy who never works with knives. And Father's Day is coming. If you give somebody a knife, even with this lower grade of steel, and it has these nice textured steel handles and stuff like that, they will really appreciate it. It has a flipper tab, it has a thumb stud, and they can get used to carrying a knife, opening packages without grabbing the scissors out of a kitchen drawer or something like that, and eventually work their way up to another knife. They'll like the big belly of this knife, which is something that I quite enjoy about it. This is what I would say if you are a knife guy, this is the type of knife you keep in the armrest of your truck, open up packages. It doesn't get used very often, so you don't have to sharpen it very much. I'm trying to get you guys away from your smartwatch, dragging you away very slowly. Okay. I want you to enjoy that analog bliss. This is a 38 millimeter brass case with mineral glass crystal for the front. It's a indigo lit for the back. So you're not getting lume. You're not getting any of those high end features like you would get like the field watches and dive watches I talk about on this channel, but it's not a smartwatch. It gets you the flavor to see if you're even going to like wearing an analog watch. You could take this thing up to 100 feet underwater. It has water resistance. $32. Normally $36.40, 10% off. Go through, see if there's any other colors you like, see if the pricing changes on this. If you don't like it, return it. Amazon has a great policy, but I just want you guys to give it a go, getting away from your smartwatch. I think you'll thank me later on. And then finally, the Rovivon. This is the A8 EDC flashlight, 6500 Kelvin, which is like it's a little bit more than daylight. It's a nice bright light to keep on your keys. This is also another gift. Buy their buddy the knife a couple of minutes ago, and then buy this. He can slap this on his keychains. This has a momentary switch. It has a UV light, so you can check for stains. You can check and see if there's blood on the floor. You can see if there's weird stains on your bed, whatever. So that's one thing I like about it. The entire case will light up. Use this to illuminate the keyhole before you go through your front door. Use this to walk from your work to your car, and you're good to go. So that's one thing that I like about it. And Rovivon has one of the best solution problems on Amazon. If you have an issue with this, most of the time when you reach out to them, they just send you another one. They don't even really require you to return. I can't say that's always going to happen, but to have a nice little 650 lumen flashlight in your pocket, 650 lumens, it can run that for like 15 seconds. This little thing will almost melt in your pocket if you try to run it that long. I mean, it has a magnet, UV light. This is feature packed, $46.95. No one pays that. Normally around 41 bucks. This thing has dropped down to $37.55. That is a savings of 20%. I have given you some deals today. You should thank me by hitting the like button. Maybe sending a super thanks. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But what you can do is hit the subscribe button and join the battalion. I would love to have you here. make sure that you keep your eyes out. I do have some Memorial Day deals coming from companies like Phoenix and Vertex and VAR and Ben Roos, and some of the heavy hitters are going to be coming up very, very soon. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you so much for stopping by, watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.